Someone sent the museum a small section of a chapter of a book. There are sermons and stories by William L. Stidger entitled You Can Never Tell. I have asked one of the museum's docents to read this for us, and so let's welcome Peter Middleton.
The long-lost dollar has come back to the fold. With silver you can turn your dreams to gold. Oh, we're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money, the sky is sunny. Oh man, depression, you are through, you done us wrong. Oh, we never see headline about red line today.
Cyrus Dallin, the sculptor who created the appeal to the Great Spirit at the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, was working in his studio one day when a simply dressed woman came in. Mr. Dallin paid little attention to her and went on with his work. Presently, she saw one of his major statues called The Last Arrow and asked how much it would cost. Mr. Dallin, thinking she was ignorant of the cost of major sculpture pieces, smiled condescendingly and said, "Lady, that is a museum piece. You can't afford to own that one." Then, thinking to suggest something within her means, he showed her several small items, which he often sold to casual visitors in his studio. But she again said, "Nevertheless, I'd like to know what that statue would cost." Once again, Mr. Dallin courteously but firmly said, "But madam, that is a museum piece, or a statue that only a city could afford to buy for some public park." And he tried to turn her mind in more humble directions. However, that woman determined to know what that statue could be purchased for. Finally, Mr. Dallin, to humor the whim of a childish woman, said, "Oh, that statue would cost around $15,000. "All right, I'll take it," she replied. Without batting an eyelash, he sat down at his studio desk and wrote him a check for it, adding, "Send it to my estate in Madison, New Jersey." That particular lady happened to be Mrs. Geraldine Rockefeller Dodge, daughter of the famous John D. Rockefeller, and the statue adorned her driveway. Mr. Dallin has not recovered from the shock he got that day when he said, "I was entertaining a financial angel unawares." In 1975, Mrs. Geraldine R. Dodge died, and her estate was put up for auction. A collector purchased The Last Arrow, or as it is sometimes called, The Passing of the Buffalo. It's now located in the Dr. Edward M. Ball Park in Muncie, Indiana, which also has a copy of Dallin's The Appeal to the Great Spirit.